Hello everyone. In Honkai Star Rail, players must consider various elements such as light cones, relics, eidolons, and team building, as each factor can significantly influence the effectiveness of your team. The tier list provided aims to rank every character in Honkai Star Rail 2.2 from best to worst, taking into account their optimal setups. It's important to note that while this tier list offers guidance on which characters might be most beneficial to invest in, many characters, even those ranked lower, can perform exceptionally well with proper investment and strategy. As the Honkai Star Rail character roster continues to grow with each update, including version 2.2, players face the challenge of deciding which characters to prioritize. This tier list serves as a tool to assist in making those decisions, offering a comprehensive evaluation of each character's potential. However, it's natural to have differing opinions, as individual preferences, calculations, and biases towards certain characters play a role. If you have a different perspective, feel free to share your thoughts respectfully. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Honkai Star Rail. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Arlen and Trailblazer Destruction. Arlen is a character in Honkai Star Rail who sacrifices his own HP to deal damage, similar to Blade. However, he falls short in comparison to Blade, and is considered far inferior. Arlen's damage output increases based on his missing HP, making him a high-risk, high-reward character. Despite having a self-sustain ability, it comes with stringent conditions. His HP must be below 20%, and he must land the killing blow on an enemy. These requirements are challenging to meet, as a single mistake can easily lead to his demise. In a game where dodging enemy attacks isn't an option, characters like Arlen can be difficult to manage, especially if your healer is slow on their turn. Trailblazer Destruction form is the initial element that players encounter in Honkai Star Rail, dealing physical DPS. This form excels in both single target and blast damage, making it versatile in various combat scenarios. The Trailblazer can buff their own attack during battles when they inflict a weakness break on enemies, enhancing their offensive capabilities. Additionally, they possess a technique that heals the party before battles commence. However, this technique is somewhat redundant since the Space Anchor exists, providing a more reliable source of healing. Despite this, the Trailblazer Destruction form remains a solid choice for early-game physical damage output. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Dan Heng, Luca, Misha, Sampo, Sushang, Yan King, March 7th, Natasha, Trailblazer Preservation, and Yukong. Dan Heng is a starter character whose damage output can be decent or even above average with the best light cone LC and relics. His skill has the added benefit of slowing enemies, and his damage significantly increases against these slowed foes. This makes him a reliable choice for players looking to optimize their team's performance. Luca, the boxing champion, excels as a single-target damage over time dealer, inflicting bleed on his enemies. His ultimate enhances the damage taken by his target, blending his roles as both a damage dealer and a debuffer. However, his debuffing capabilities are not as potent as dedicated debuffers like Pila or Silver Wolf, making him a versatile but not specialized choice. Misha is a DPS character whose full potential is unlocked through his ultimate. This ultimate becomes stronger with skill point consumption, either by Misha himself or his teammates, and it delivers substantial damage that can bounce to other enemies on the field. His playstyle demands careful management of skill points to maximize his effectiveness. Sampo is an underrated 4-star character who shines as a DOT dealer. Unlike Luca, Sampo can deal AoE damage that bounces to other enemies, easily stacking wind shear on them. His ultimate increases the DOT taken by enemies, making him an excellent support in a DOT-focused team, especially against wind-weak bosses. Susheng stands out for her high single-target damage among 4-star characters. She excels even further when attacking an enemy affected by weakness break. With her E1, she can also help the team recover skill points, adding utility to her impressive damage output. Yongqing, a 5-star DPS, deals significant damage with the help of his offensive buffs. However, his performance drops if he takes damage, as this deactivates his buffs. Even with a shielder or a high taunt character in the team, facing multiple enemies increases the risk of Yongqing being hit. If you can keep him safe, his damage is formidable. March 7th provides valuable support with her shielding ability and counterattacks against enemies targeting the shielded character. While her damage is low, her ultimate can freeze all enemies, making her particularly useful in Simulated Universe's Remembrance Path. Natasha is the healer every player starts with, crucial for early game survival. She can heal a single ally, remove debuffs, and provide healing over time with her skill, while her ultimate heals the entire party. Despite her usefulness in beginner content, her single-target cleansing can struggle in endgame scenarios where AoE debuffs are common. The Fire Trailblazer, or Preservation Trailblazer, offers excellent shielding and taunting capabilities. They can reduce incoming damage and create shields for the whole team with their ultimate. While their damage is not noteworthy, their defensive skills make them a valuable protector for any team composition. Yukong, a support character, can deal respectable damage through her ultimate. However, she requires careful speed tuning to ensure she acts before the team's DPS characters, activating her skill to provide ATK, crit rate, and crit DMG buffs. While challenging for beginners, a well-built Yukong can significantly boost team performance. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Gneifen, Herta, Himeko, Hook, Qingque, Serval, Sui, Asta, Bailu, Gepard, Hanya, Lynx, Welt, and Gallagher. In Honkai Star Rail, Gneifen stands out as a DOT damage dealer specializing in burning enemies. She excels at increasing the damage taken by enemies affected by the burn status, making her a valuable asset for prolonged battles. Herta, a valuable free character, shines in pure fiction mode due to her ability to deal AoE damage and perform follow-up attacks. While she is excellent against waves of enemies, she is less effective against single bosses. Himeko, similar to Jing Yuan, relies on her follow-up attacks to maximize damage. Her skill and ultimate are designed to handle multiple enemies, making her a top choice for modes like Pure Fiction where numerous foes appear. Hook, the boss of the moles, excels in single-target combat. Her skill targets one enemy, but after using her ultimate, she can hit adjacent foes as well, making her versatile in battles with both bosses and smaller groups. Qingque, a gambler by nature, can deal massive damage for a 4-star character, depending on luck. Her potential increases significantly with the right blessings from the propagation path in Simulated Universe. Serval is a rare erudition character who utilizes DOT damage by inflicting shock on enemies. Her ultimate prolongs this effect, and her damage output increases as she defeats enemies, making her effective in prolonged battles against multiple mobs. Shui has a unique playstyle, relying on both follow-up attacks and her ultimate, which can deplete the enemy's toughness bar regardless of their quantum weakness. This makes her versatile and effective in various combat situations. Asta supports the team both offensively and defensively. Her talent provides an ATK buff and increases fire DMG taken by burning enemies. Her main strength lies in her SPD buff, which is especially beneficial in a DOT team setup. Bailu's healing skills are standard for a 5-star character, but her unique ability to revive a downed character sets her apart. This is particularly useful in challenging content like Forgotten Hall and Simulated Universe, though it can only be used once per battle, unless at E6. Gepard offers team-wide shields and can provoke enemies to target him instead of his allies. His talent allows him to withstand a knockout and restore his energy, making him a reliable protector with the right build. Hanya's unique kit allows her to recover skill points after meeting certain conditions, along with providing buffs that increase damage dealt to enemies inflicted with burden, and boosting the DPS and ATK of a single ally, making her ideal for teams that rely heavily on SP. Lynx, although a subpar healer compared to 5-star characters, offers valuable team-wide debuff cleansing. She excels in teams with destruction DPS, especially those that benefit from taking damage, and is effective against debuff-inflicting enemies. Welt is a debuffer and sub-DPS who excels at slowing enemies and delaying their turns with his ultimate. This ability to control the battlefield while increasing the damage enemies take makes him a flexible and powerful character. Gallagher is a unique healer who can also inflict debuffs on enemies. However, his healing capabilities are limited, particularly against AoE damage. For more reliable healing, Lynx is a better option, but Gallagher's debuffing abilities provide strategic advantages. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Argenti, Black Swan, Blade, Clara, Dr. Ratio, Jing Yuan, Kafka, Sealy, Topaz, and Numbi, Pela, Ting Yun, and Trailblazer Harmony. Argenti stands tall as an S-tier champion of AoE devastation. With his ultimate ability triggered by energy levels, he's the knight in shining armor against hordes of enemies or elite bosses with underlings. While not suited for single boss encounters, his erudition prowess shines in chaotic battles. Black Swan, on the other hand, dances with finesse amidst the chaos, specializing in stackable DOTs known as Arcana. These Arcana grow stronger with each stack, turning enemy afflictions into explosive bursts of damage. Paired with fellow DOT dealers like Kafka, she orchestrates symphonies of destruction on the battlefield. Blade, a rare gem among DPS characters, balances self-sustain with efficient SP management. His skills not only deal damage but also heal himself, ensuring his longevity in battles. Whether leading a team or supporting others like Jing Liu's, Blade's versatility makes him a formidable ally. Clara finds her strength in synergy with Svarog, relying on counterattacks and debuff removal to turn the tide of battle. With Svarog's aid, Clara withstands enemy assaults while delivering punishing blows, particularly effective against foes fond of debilitating status effects. Dr. Ratio, a standout among free 5-star characters, commands attention with colossal single-target damage. His genius shines brightest when enemies are laden with debuffs, unleashing devastating follow-up attacks with surgical precision. Despite minor drawbacks, Dr. Ratio's prowess often exceeds expectations. Jing Yuan, the Lightning Lord, harnesses the power of follow-up attacks to electrify the battlefield. With each hit per action, his damage escalates, especially against foes vulnerable to lightning. In the hands of a skilled strategist, Jing Yuan's lightning strikes become the bane of his enemies. Kafka may seem unassuming alone, but pairs brilliantly with fellow DOT dealers to paint the battlefield with colorful demise. Whether alongside Black Swan, Sampo, or Gneifen, Kafka's contributions turn battles into spectacles of agony for her adversaries. Seal, though a veteran limited character, remains a beacon of power with unmatched single-target damage. Supported by the likes of Ting Yun or Bronya, her potential reaches new heights, enhanced by her swift actions and the ability to gain extra turns upon ally defeat. In her hands, the concept of infinite turns becomes a reality. Topaz and Numbi form a dynamic duo, with Numbi taking the lead as a potent follow-up attacker and support. Inflicting proof of dead on enemies, they amplify follow-up attack damage, particularly effective alongside characters like Dr. Ratio. Together, they ensure enemies pay the ultimate price for their aggression. Pela steps onto the battlefield as a universal debuffer, shredding the defenses of multiple enemies while stripping away buffs with ease. Her versatility and F2P-friendly nature make her a valuable asset in any team composition, adapting seamlessly to various challenges. Ting Yun, a 4-star support character, ascends beyond her rarity with unparalleled buffing capabilities. While her focus on increasing ally attack may not suit all DPS types, her eidolons and supportive prowess elevate her to the ranks of 5-star buffers, making her an invaluable addition to any team. Trailblazer Harmony, though free, proves her worth with synergy tailored for characters emphasizing break effect mechanics. While reliant on specific partners, her ease of use, consistent ultimate uptime, and accessibility make her a boon for new players or those lacking support characters. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Dan Heng Imbibitor Lunai, Jingliu, Acheron, Bronya, Fushuan, Huohuo, Luocha, Ruan Mei, Silver Wolf, Sparkle, Aventurine, and Robin. Acheron stands unparalleled among Nihility characters. Unlike her counterparts who debilitate foes with status effects, Acheron obliterates enemies outright, boasting an unmatched DPS ceiling. With her ability to trigger ultimate without relying on energy, she relies on her party to inflict debuffs, making her a force to be reckoned with despite her non-F2P-friendly nature. Dan Heng Imbibitor Lunai, known for his potent enhanced basic ATK, delivers devastating blasts to up to 3 enemies. While his power comes at the cost of significant SP investment, strategic team compositions can mitigate this drawback. Pairing him with characters who can conserve SP or boost maximum SP, such as Ting Yun or Ruan Mei, enhances his efficiency on the battlefield. Jingliu, the Ice Queen, reigns supreme with her exceptional crit rate and crit DMG boosts. Investing in her talents yields substantial returns, especially when she enters her enhanced state, unleashing a relentless assault that few adversaries can withstand. Her prowess in dealing single-target damage makes her a formidable asset in any lineup. Bronya, a staple character from the outset, remains invaluable even in endgame scenarios. Not only does she provide a significant crit DMG buff to the entire party, but her skill to advance a character's turn in the order offers strategic advantages that can turn the tide of battle in your favor. Fu Xuan's unique shield, the Matrix of Prescience, redirects damage from allies to herself, bolstering the team's survivability. Additionally, she boosts crit rate and provides crowd-control debuffs, albeit at the expense of positioning compatibility in the simulated universe. Despite this minor setback, her synergy with Destruction and Abundance blessings makes her a versatile addition to any roster. Huohuo's AoE healing prowess makes her a standout choice against enemies with widespread damage and debuffs. While her single-target healing may lag behind that of Luocha, she excels in situations where enemies unleash AoE assaults, thanks to her off-field healing capabilities and debuff dispelling. Luocha's exceptional emergency healing capabilities ensure the resilience of your team, particularly against adversaries with potent single-target attacks. Furthermore, his ultimate not only inflicts damage on all enemies, but also strips them of buffs, making him an invaluable ally in encounters against multiple buff-reliant foes. Ruan Mei, despite her unassuming appearance, offers a plethora of buffs crucial for supporting SP-hungry DPS characters. Her abilities to enhance damage, resist penetration, and delay enemy actions with her ultimate make her an indispensable asset in challenging encounters where resource management is key. Silver Wolf's ability to apply elemental weakness to enemies enables mono-elemental team compositions, ideal for tackling formidable bosses. While her debuffs are limited to single targets, her substantial DEF shred ensures that she excels in boss encounters, where precision debuffing is paramount. Sparkle's game-changing support extends beyond increasing skill points, providing valuable damage buffs through SP consumption. Paired with SP-hungry characters like DHL and Qingque, her ability to advance allies in the turn order offers strategic advantages that can tip the scales of battle in your favor. Aventurine, surpassing Gepard in shielding prowess, offers stackable shields with 100% uptime, bolstering the team's defense. Additionally, his ability to inflict debuffs on enemies amplifies their vulnerability to damage, while his respectable damage output solidifies his role as a reliable sub-DPS character. Robin, often underestimated due to her talent's association with follow-up attack teams, proves her versatility as a universal buffer. Providing party-wide damage and crit DMG buffs, coupled with her ultimate's ability to grant instant turns, She elevates the effectiveness of any team composition, especially in fast-paced gameplay scenarios like pure fiction. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.